Morning Theta Trader, morning Sauger. Market down. I'm not really looking to short today. They look too oversold. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about that. Definitely gonna talk about that. There's a couple different perspectives floating around out there this morning. One is definitely the idea that things could be oversold. But then there's another perspective that where people believe that there would be reasonably a little bit more room for the markets to move down and pull back, and we'll get into that. We'll look at those levels. We'll talk about why. But yeah, we're not gonna we're gonna give it a little bit more time here, and then just to let everybody get in the room, and of course then we'll begin the discussion. So, Sagar, I imagine you're watching this one. 12:39. I might put a alert out on Wafu, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. So let's see. And I'll look at IMRN also. WAFU. We'll say $13 on the ask. I'd like to be alerted, and then of course I'd also like to be alerted at 14 on the ask again, and then even 14.50 on the ask. So actually, let's make this 14.51 on the ask. We'll delete that one. So I'll put that up there just to keep me alerted, just to see where it's going and what it's doing and whatnot. But otherwise, I'll take it off. And I might even. This might be one of those ones like JFIN where it comes all the way down to these levels here, $5. I don't even know if I would mess with it then. So yeah, Sauger, I knew you'd be watching it. Curious as to what else you're watching this morning too. It looked like there were quite a few low floaters on the gap scanners this morning. Morning Rav D. Good morning Matt and everyone. What a morning. SPY filled the gap around 309. May get to the 20 on the daily. That's actually one thing that I am considering. We'll be talking about that. Will it end being a red to green day? Let's make some money. We're definitely going to talk about all of that this morning. So mRNA, I'm going to want to know if that gets over 63 and then 63.50. So I'm going to go ahead and set a couple alerts on mRNA, one at 63 on the ask, and then one at 63.50. And I'm also going to want to know if it gets a drop down to 60 because, on the bid. So $60 is a very nice, well-respected whole number with mRNA. We've watched it tap on it multiple times. I would even like to know if it gets down to, we'll say 60, we'll say 60, 80. We'll see if it drops there, and then we will start watching it from there and seeing if we can get any kind of a pullback. So yeah, you got a big watch list there, Sagar. I'll check out. So HHT. That one does look interesting. MTSL. I don't know if that one is going to end up doing anything. I guess it could go for a quick pop, just enough to get a small increase of profit. But it looks like it's sold off for the most part. And then let's see, ATIF. Yeah, I saw that one earlier. That one looks pretty devastating too, though. And notice here, there's a lot of wicks. The last time it went up like that, big red move. I'd be careful with that one. I can't see that one surviving. But what I would do in this case is set an alert above the high here, above 320, 330, whatever. I would want to know if it could find strength and break back up through there. I might be interested in going back to it. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be the best play. AMBO. This one looks like, same thing. It's had a sell-off, but the intraday pre-market anyway is showing that it could pick up some steam. Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it on this one. I'd be interested to know if it gets back above the $4 mark. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty significant on AMBO if it could get above the $4 mark. I might be willing to look at it there, so I'll put that one in AMBO. Ask, just be interested, but and then let's see. You like when they sell off pre-market because higher chance of them doing a red to green move. Yeah, that's very true. Even if it doesn't end up skyrocketing and being a lot of just breaking high of day and going parabolic, you're right. There's definitely good room for temporary buy ups. You get a lot of people excited enough, but then, you've got all these people that bought up here that are looking to get out. And as soon as it starts to show that it could roll over, people start dumping and it ends up just dropping back down. But yeah, you can get in if you're long biased. Obviously, you would be able to get a good quick pop up on a lot of these. It's very, very true. Very true. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, JFIN was just insane yesterday. It was insane. I mean, what a crazy. I mean, talk about just. It was just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is why we have to be careful with these stocks. I mean, the same exact thing could happen with WAFU today. I mean, this. So anyway, so mRNA, I've got an alert set on that. I'm watching Uber, and so there was this deal or this the thing going on between Uber and Grubhub, and apparently Uber, I think, lost out on that deal. And but it's one of those things where it's hard to know. It's hard to know if that's the driving catalyst for Uber being down, or if Uber's down because the SPY is down. I mean, all markets look like this morning, or a lot of the markets look like this morning. So I don't know, but I do want to watch Uber, so I'm going to keep that up. Apple is just one that I'm going to move this one down, but I do want to watch it just because it can, when there's pullbacks in the market, Apple can often provide some pretty good opportunity. So you see a lot down here on this list below. These are just stocks that I want to just kind of keep on watch just to see like what could happen, what they could end up doing. If nothing else is working out, but I'm pretty much not going to be paying attention to any of these. And AZUL I'm going to remove. SRNE I'm going to remove, but I will set an alert. It would be interesting to know if this gets back above the 540 levels. So SRNE 540 on the ask. We'll add that. Otherwise, I'm going to take it off. Let me see if there's locates for. Okay, so there are locates. That's interesting because this could break. This could be. But honestly, I don't even like the daily chart. So yeah, I'm just going to remove that. I've got the alert set there. VRM locates, not too expensive here, $2.60. You have to wonder if this is one of those stocks that could end up tanking hard even past the point of where they IPO'd at. And in that case, $2.80 for 100 shares is nothing. But if it's just a chop fest today, a whip fest, like I said, I've got that on watch at the bottom. I've got Grub on watch at the bottom. We'll see what that one does. Really, I don't even like the daily chart on Grub, though, so I'm not really going to be looking at that one. ZM is tricky because the markets can be doing horrible, and ZM will just start skyrocketing for no reason, just running parabolic. But I like it because when it goes up enough like that, or if it starts meeting resistance, there's really good opportunities for quick pullbacks on ZM. BYND, I may check on this later on. I really don't have any and it's the same thing with BYND. It can react just like ZM. It can be very difficult to trade. All the markets can be pulling down, and BYND will for some reason start getting bought up. Definitely watching Tesla today. Tesla, had a nice run up yesterday. It broke 1,000, but now it's down at 990. It's tapped down into the 980s, and but it could be interesting. Tesla can be difficult to trade, but what I would look for on Tesla is some kind of a retest up by these levels and then a drop. Unless the markets end up reversing, and we're going to get into that in a minute. THMO, maybe low volume. Let's see, THMO. Oh, wow, yeah. Looks like it, yeah. See if there's any shares for shorting, $6.20. I probably wouldn't buy that. Yeah, I mean, THMO, you never know. I mean, it's definitely a previous runner, but you're right, low volume. I'll just look out for you, Sagar, later on. If you alert that again in the chat, I may take a look at it, but it is breaking up through some of these moving averages. I suppose it would be interesting if it did break over the $8 level, maybe even the, I don't know. I don't want to put too many alerts up. Like I said, I'll be keeping an eye on that in the chat today. Rav D says he's got his eyes on NKLA, VRM, ZI, apart from the usual suspects. So let's look at ZI. Okay. Oh, I see. Recent IPO. Okay. Yeah, it could be interesting. Right now, light volume, very spready, but that could be if the markets open up and it starts to make a good move. NKLA, yeah, we've been watching this one periodically. Same deal. Yeah, who knows? Who knows where that could go? It'd be interesting. But yeah, VRM, I've got VRM down here, and I'm going to be kind of taking a peek at it, from time to time and seeing where we stand on it. But the ones that are really going to be at the top of my list today are I mean, I really got to narrow these down some. I mean, I did set an alert on mRNA, so I suppose I would move that one down and not really watch it too much. I would watch it about as much as I would watch Zoom. Maybe watch Zoom a little less. Let's see. UAL, DAL, NCLH. I'm not going to try to watch all these. I'm actually going to take NCLH off. It's on a broker restriction. Of course, so is UAL and DAL. Boeing is not. And Boeing could provide more strong opportunity to the downside. You got to think about all the people that were buying back in at Boeing up here. This was extremely parabolic. We were talking about it last week. How it's just crazy how high it's run up. It's everybody knows that Boeing's not doing well. So now you have to wonder if Boeing is going to suffer a pretty harsh pullback here. I mean, it's been bought up to 234. And it wouldn't take much to get it back down to 134, Well, I say it wouldn't take much. I mean, but you're looking at almost 100 points here, and it's just ridiculous. So I'm going to keep Boeing up here more closer to the top. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be wanting to keep a good eye on that, and UAL, DAL, what have you. AMD, Uber, Tesla, mRNA. Yeah, I think that's a good order there to keep it in. So good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you, man. Yeah, they're getting destroyed. So here's what we're going to talk about in the last few minutes here leading up to the bell. We are going to talk about the SPY. Okay. Now, this is what we're looking at on the daily. And everybody was looking at these levels up here, and we were talking about it, how this could be a great place for a pullback. We had the FOMC yesterday. In between the unemployment reports and even with some things like there wasn't anything majorly significant yesterday that came out of the meeting. I mean, I guess there were some things that you could look at and say, okay, well, well, there was this and there was that, and that's kind of good, and that's kind of good. But there was just, when I say there was nothing of major importance, there was just nothing that was of a catapulting type of catalyst in one direction or another. So I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of a pullback. I know that there have been some things going on around the country, in America, especially with this whole George Floyd thing and Antifa, and there's city blocks that have been taken over. Some of you might have read about what's going on in Seattle, and so there could be there. Who knows what's going on right now? Who knows what people are discussing in the major financial institution and in the circles of the upper echelon? But I do know that we've lost the 9 EMA so far on the daily. Now, we're going to have to see what happens when the markets open back up. But it is very possible that we do make our way, like Rav D said, down to the 20 EMA on the daily. And even that would be considered a healthy pullback. Okay, we talked about it a couple days in the video. We had a run up here, healthy pullback. Run up here, healthy pullback. Run up here, healthy pullback, run up here, real nice healthy pullback there. We could be getting one of these where it breaks down through the 20 and then, but then pops back up off of some of these moving averages. And so this could just be one of those times where we're just getting a healthy pullback before the market continues. But there is a lot of people out there too, and this is what we've got to think about. This is what we have to really think about. There are a lot of people who have been talking, just like we've been talking about on this channel, where this is an unprecedented parabolic pullback. And that this could have just been a major buy-up in a major state of euphoria. And this could be, there's a lot of people that could be thinking like, man, is this as high as we're going to get for now? Is this going to come back and retrace, really far back? I don't know. We've got election year. There's still a lot going on. There's the shock of what happened with the coronavirus that's still gradually taking its toll on the economy. And so, even though, again, there hasn't been any majorly bearish news reports or catalysts that would warrant a major pullback, you do have big money, smart money, looking at this as an incredible opportunity for some major profit taking, just in case this does experience some, just in case this is a top. So there's a lot of that going on today, and but at the same time, I don't want to get too excited. I mean, this is the part where I have to constantly remind myself that the SPY can slap me in the face. Because, and I'll pull down this chart where I have all the levels marked. I mean, this could just be one of those moments where the SPY looks like it was going to tank, but then it ends up getting bought all the way back up here, just all the way back up to these levels. And so, it's really hard to think about this. It almost becomes a little, I don't know, it can be very confusing. What I would look for out the gates is for this to start breaking down through the 310 levels. I think if this can start making its way down and break and hold below the 310 levels, I think that would show us some bearish possibilities, maybe down to 309, 308, and even some of these levels down here. So what I'm going to do, though, is I am going to get rid of the I'll keep 307.23. I'll keep 307.23. But I'm going to start putting a green tint on some of these levels up here because I identify green with, obviously, we're moving back. We're moving back up. And I want that to register with me. I want to know, okay, this is green. We're turning bullish again. So if it starts tapping up on these levels, but here's a good thing for a short bias trader like myself. Let's see, for a short bias trader like myself, I like to almost see buy-ups right out of the gate coming up to these levels, coming up to these gapped levels. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to mark that out. That level right there. Because what often happens is this allows for incredible and tremendous pullbacks. I mean, it really does. This allows for, like, anytime SPY is really ramping back up, it will hit critical levels like this, or like even all the way up to previous day close. It will hit critical levels like this, where if I find that other stocks are also getting bought up and starting to hit previous areas of what could be end up being resistance, those are perfect moments to get in and you know, just again, just for a pullback, just for a good solid pullback, and I can profit pretty good off of those. So I'll tell you what though, guys, it really is, for somebody like me. I mean, and I'm learning a lot in this time. I'm learning a lot, but man, it can mess with your head. It can mess with your head so much because you're wanting to trade this market now as though it could be bearish and we could get a good bearish move down. But again, because the SPY has proven so many times that it can just get bought right back up at points like this, I mean, this could end up just being a big buy up candle today. This could turn into a green candle. And so, it's one of those things where you think, okay, well, that could happen, so I'm not going to be too quick to go short. But then all of a sudden, everything starts dumping, and you're thinking to yourself, well, dadgum, I should have gone short. I'd be up $1,000 today. So I don't know. I'm going to try really not to think too much about it. I'm going to stick to the rules that I've been sticking to the last couple of days. I'm going to do my best to not trade the open unless, if I see something that's an undeniable move, an A+ quality setup, but the rule is it's got to be conservative share size, like super conservative share size. And so I may be willing to do that if just the SPY starts tanking and busting through that 310 level and all these other stocks start tanking with it, then I may jump in with conservative share size. I do have alerts set on a lot of other stocks, so I'll be mindful of those when they come across. But other than that, I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to try to be very, very, very careful with this stuff out of the gate. So we'll see. But I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, and we'll get started. And real quick, I'll address, let's see. Ravd says agreed, Matt. Many of these guys may be waiting for this. Let's see. I'm expecting a bounce up initially, but who knows? Just going to sit on my hands. Yeah, let it settle. Yeah, that's right. We've got all day. So, all right, guys. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. SPY looks like it's making its way down to that 310 level. Give it a minute though. UAL, DAL still seems strong. mRNA breaking up to 63.50. AMD, Chop Fest, Uber, Chop Fest, Tesla, Chop Fest, mRNA looks like it's getting a nice little buy up here. $66.59. SPY looks like it's getting a buy up off of VWAP. Looks like a temporary buy up. We'll see. MRA still pushing. SPY looks like it's getting a sell off. Bowen looks like it's wanting to make a move up. SPY's continuing to push. Boeing's continuing to push. Okay. Boeing's getting a lot of buying power coming in. See if it can last. It's looking like it's okay, DAL pumping up. UAL struggling. I guess it's struggling to get above that 20-day moving average. But nice buy up. SPY's coming back up. Looks like it could be getting a little bit of a rejection. DAL continuing to come up. Boeing continuing to come up. UAL. AMD sitting in a chop fest. Uber looks like it's coming up. mRNA looks like it's struggling a little bit. Zoom getting a nice big huge buy up. So SPY looks like it could be turning around. AMD looks like it could be getting ready to come down. AMD looks like it's getting a pretty healthy drop here. Okay. Question is the SPY getting a healthy drop? AMD continuing to drop. Really nice massive drop on AMD. Let's see if it breaks through 55. Let's see if it retests. See if we can get a nice big strong retest on AMD. Okay, we'll take a little short position there and just see. See if we can get a nice little pullback on it. Boeing looks like it's making a nice little pullback. See what AMD wants to do here. SPY looks like it's getting a pullback, but not good enough pullback. So now we got 400 at a 55.21 average on AMD. If SPY gets the buy up, we'll have to pull out of this, but let's see if SPY can finally get crushed down through VWAP. It's getting it. It's getting it. Getting a little bit of a buy up here. A little bit of a buy up here. SPY might be getting the buy up, so see if AMD can get crushed though. See if it can finally lose those levels there. SPY looks like it's making its way down. It's holding. I want to see this make an incredible move to the downside. We're trying to be patient. SPY's getting a little bit of a buy up. AMD's continuing to get crushed. This may be where we get the drop on AMD. Would like to see the drop here. Really need to see the move down. SPY's a chop fest. AMD's a chop fest. It's not good. Don't like that candle. Coming out half, just in case. See if AMD continues to get the move down. We got it 55.33. We got 200 shares. Boeing making a nice pullback there. UAL, DAL, they're coming up to some pretty critical levels. Uber, so we might be getting a buy up. We might be getting a nice little buy up here on a lot of these stocks. But I think if SPY ends up tanking, I think the rest of these are gonna follow suit. Really do. But we'll see. So SPY is looking like it's in a tightening range. So let's see what happens here. There's AMD. AMD looks like it's wanting to move down. So see if we get another pullback. Jump in there. Got 400 at 55.21. Really want to see the break of this. Come on. Okay, we're going to come out there just to make some of the profit back. We'll see if we can get a pullback. If not, we'll jump back in. Okay, we're going to jump back in. SPY looks like it's pulling. I'm going short on AMD. Hope to get the crack here. At 55, there we go. Nice pullback. We'll take first profit down into the 70s. See if we can get down into the 70s. SPY looks like it's trying to bounce off that 310 level, but it's getting crushed. So here we go. See if we can get down into the 70s. We'll take profit there. AMD's getting a nice buy up along with the SPY off that 310 level. May look to add. Boeing is getting a pretty healthy pullback here. AMD sitting on that 9 EMA on the daily, so I want to be mindful of that. Okay, I'm going to come out half there just in case. Well, it came out a quarter, but I'm going to try to let the rest of it work. UAL is the weakest out of the airliners. Boeing looks like it's wanting to pull back. Let's look at ZM. See if this is a place to get in. Probably not. mRNA, whippy as ever. AMD, we need to look at the break below 54.83. And SPY needs to continue to prove itself. SPY's continuing to get a pullback. Let's see about jumping in another 100 shares here on AMD. We've got 54.96, 250 average. See if we can get a good pull down into the 50s. SPY keeps getting bought up right there. So let's see. Okay, SPY's getting bought up off of that level. Just give this a minute to work itself out. 54.82. We need to see SPY break down through that level. Otherwise, this is just going to turn into another chop fest. So if SPY gets bought up off that 310 level, going to have to get out. As long as it continues to show bearish momentum, we'll stay in. And I might even look to add to my position at the break of 54.80. Okay, we're going to add 54.90. We got a 450 average. See if we can continue getting a move down. Come on. Down into the 50s. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to come out. Go ahead and get in profit a little. Looks like it's whippy. So we've got profit here. I like to see some kind of a pullback into the 90s if we can get it. Can we get it? If not, it's okay. Okay, looks like it's about to go down. Well, SPY's pulling back up. Okay, SPY's making a move back up. Very slightly though. Is this the buy-up point? Is the question. Is this the buy-up point? Is this where AMD turns around? Or is this where the SPY just gets rejected and gets pushed down past that level? So I'm going to go ahead and take 100 shares there just to start, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll try to be patient with this. I'll consider going in another 100 shares. Let's see. Really want to see this get the fail here. Boeing getting a nice buy up still. Where are we sitting on Boeing here? So we could, this might actually be, especially if SPY ends up turning around, this might be a good spot to get in with 50 shares. So I'm going to take 50 shares here on Boeing. 189.41. We'll see. We're just going to start averaging in here and looking for a pullback. Just want to get a little bit of a pullback here. On Boeing. So all we're going for is a little bit of a pullback. We're butting up against the 9 EMA on the daily. We're coming up against a lot of areas of resistance. Now, if SPY continues to get bought up really nicely up through these levels, then you know what we're really going to want to see a rejection on SPY. Let's put it like that in this 5-minute candle. Really going to want to see a good, nice, solid rejection on SPY. So where did we get in? 188.63. So we will get in 190.33. No, maybe 190. We'll give it a shot up to 191.33. Or 63 maybe, yeah? 53? 43. 33. Let's see. Unless SPY, like I said, is dragging up. Kind of missed a really good spot to add there. But let's see. I'm going to let it come up. I mean, it's tapping on these levels. It's tapping on that 9 EMA. Where do we get in? 188.63. So it'd be good to get in at 1 or get out at. Let's see if the SPY proves anything here. I'm going to otherwise bring my average way up on Boeing. That's really the only shot I'll get at coming back out if I bring it far enough up. So 188, I would have to get up to 193 probably. Okay, so AMD's getting a buy up. So SPY's getting a buy up, AMD's getting a buy up. Question is it going to roll over from here? I think to be safe right now, 187.63 is where I would need to get out. See if we can get out at 187.63 on Boeing. Might need to take 25 shares here in a minute. Come on. See if we can get the full 50 here. Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay, I'm going to come out half. Take a little bit of a loss there, and then we'll take the other 25 at 187.63. If we can get it. 187.43. Come on. Come on. Come on, we're going to get it. 187.43. Well, now if it goes down, we probably get it at 187.30. Okay, I'm going to get in another 100 on AMD. Boeing 190.63 sell. See if we can get up to there. We got 200 at 55.08 on AMD. Obviously, I would need to come out at 55. If SPY keeps pushing up, SPY is trying to make a push. Just going to try to be patient with it. I'm going to see what happens with Boeing here. Boeing's making a nice move down. AMD's wanting to push. But not sure I'm buying it yet on AMD. Still think AMD has room to move down if SPY fails. SPY looks like it's struggling to keep pushing, but doesn't mean that it can't. Doesn't mean that it can't. But I think AMD is definitely tracking with the SPY right now. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance to work out. SPY can lose that VWAP, and if it can keep from making a new 5-minute high, if it can break back down through VWAP and then crush down through that 310 level, we'll get a really great move on all of these. Boeing, AMD, this could end up being a pretty decent day actually, even just on the 25 shares with Boeing. But let's just see. Really need to see AMD start to get crushed here, and I want to see SPY get crushed here. SPY starts ramping up, obviously I'll have to get out. And we'll just see. Okay, SPY is ramping up, but is it going to push through it? Might be. It's getting a rejection. AMD losing steam. Okay, got to come out AMD, unfortunately. Just going to take the L. SPY's coming up, so it's like Boeing could end up making a significant move. But I'm gonna give SPY a chance to still fail here. But it really does. At this moment, it looks like the SPY is getting bought up off of that 310 level. So, you know, it's hard to call it at this point, but I'd love to see it fail. I'd love to see Boeing come all the way back down to these levels. We could still do very, very well on these shares here. Same with AMD. AMD looks like it's going to get a rejection and a pullback. UAL's up, DAL is up. On the 5-minute though, these stocks are getting rejected on the 9 EMA. Tesla's continuing to get a push. mRNA got a really nice buy up and now a really nice pullback. ZM is teetering around these levels here. Not sure if it's going to continue going. DAL pushing. Boeing pushing. AMD could be getting a rejection. SPY's continuing to push. Delta is continuing to push. Very lightly though. Looks like it's running out of buy volume, losing steam. DAL continuing to have a run up. It's good. Boeing still struggling. DL pushing. Boeing has got to lose these levels. Come on, Boeing. See where you're looking. See if we can get a pull back here. Is this going to be it? There we go. Come on. Come on, Boeing. Pull down through it. Flush. Let's get the flush here. Okay, going to come out of Boeing. Maybe missing this move, but that's okay. DAL looks like it's very much overdue for a pullback. It's butting up against the gap down levels. SPY looks like it's struggling. So I'm going to try to get in, start averaging in a position here. Ah, there goes Boeing. What do you know? Saw it getting bought up off that 20 EMA, didn't want to mess with it anymore. I'm going to look for DAL to make a full, I'll take 100 shares off at the 20 EMA here. But if SPY is getting a good pullback, then I'm going to look for DAL to get a good pullback as well. AMD still getting the buy up. ZM teetering around. mRNA getting a good little buyback. Let's see what happens here on DAL. Boeing looks like it wants to make a move up. So DAL, we're going to look to add it another 200 at 29.81. And then 30.52, yeah. So might even bring our average up a little bit here. SPY looks like it's getting weak. So 29.30, we got a 300 average at 29.30. Really love to see a move down to the 2870s. If SPY can get enough of a pullback to VWAP, it might be enough to at least bring this down to 28 or to 29. So let's see. There we go. Nice move there. See if we can get down. Come on. SPY's pulling. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice move. Oop. Okay, I took the first 150 off way too soon. I just got a bad fill. But if this is the drop right here, then I'm going to hold on to those shares all the way down to the 2840s. Gonna try. So SPY has really got to prove something here. Really has got to get the drop. Nice, Yoni. Good job. See if DAL can get that pullback, enough of a pullback. Might consider adding. Wow. Great pullback. Great pullback. See if we can add a little here. So 250 at 29.33. Still think we're going to get the overall pullback here. And then this will enable me to take profit in the 28.70s, I think. Probably take it at 28. Might even just take 100 at 28.77. So, come on. Right now, if I got out, I'd be break even on the day, but I'm not doing this to be break even. I'm doing this to make money. So, we need to get as far down here as possible. Let's get down to 28.77. Get the first take profit. Come on. It's giving me a hard time. Come on. Come on. Let's get the break. Let's get the break. 28.77. Come on. This should be it. This should be it. Come on. There we go. Man. Come on. Okay, I've got to take profit there. Dadgummit. 188 at 29.36. Man, I really wanted that to work. Take another 88 shares at 28.48. Sorry guys, I had to go ahead and take some of that off the table. SPY's starting to turn around. Man, what a chop fest. Just no good solid resolution. Look at that. Might consider adding if SPY looks like it's going to stay weak. we go. Actually, I will add. I'm going to add 100 shares. We got 288 shares at a 29.25 average. If SPY can remain weak, we should get the rollover here. $28.78. Yeah, so I would look to take those 88 at 28. Come on, SPY. Get crushed. Get crushed. Come on. SPY's pushing. Freaking A, man. Come on. Come all the way down. We need to see you break through 28.78. Can't believe I had an order at 28.77 and it just barely got my order. That's ridiculous. I'm going to take 88 at 28.68. Come on. Get crushed. It's holding. Crush 78. If it crushes 78, we're going to get down to my order. If not, I'm going to have to just take part of my order off here. Come on. Let's get follow through on Delta. Come on. SPY's dropping. Delta should be dropping. Come on. Okay, I'm going to take it at 28.65 because if this gets crushed, it's really going to get crushed. Pack on a few extra dollars there. Come on. Okay, I've got to come out some there. So we've got 216 shares left at a 29.18 average. I really want to see this work its way down. I'm going to try to let the rest of the 216 shares work. Let's see, 66. So we'll take 66 shares at 28.48. See if we can get the rush down here. Or if SPY is going to get bought up. The more this tests this level here, I think we could get down to 38. But if it comes up, obviously, you know, I've got to get out. SPY looks like it's getting a little buy up here. Delta is definitely making a good, strong move up. Man, what a strong stock. Okay, got to get out for now. SPY's pushing. Delta's coming up. Almost considering getting back in. See what the SPY does. Looks like it's a chop fest. SPY's butting up against the VWAP and all the major intraday moving averages on the 5-minute. Just pushing. Okay, we're going to sit back. Give it another chance to work out. Okay, so Tesla, this is kind of where I was looking at earlier. I was looking for a really nice move up to these levels up here. So we're going to start testing these levels. I think I'd like to go ahead and when it gets up to 1,018.41, I'd like to take 10 shares. So I'll just put that out there. Let's look at Delta again. Yeah, I hate to hear that, Sauger. Sorry, man. I'm just now looking at the chat. I had seen it out the corner of my eye, but yeah. Man, I hate hotkey errors. I've had plenty of those. I mean, literally plenty of those. And you're right. They suck. I mean, there's really no other thing you can say about it other than that. No good for sure. ZM making all-time highs. So I'm just going to kind of leave this one alone for right now. It's probably going to get a good little pullback. But really want to see Tesla come up here and get my order at 1,017. Actually, I'd like it to be 1,018.65. Let's see. Or 1,018.40 or something, yeah. Okay, see if we can get that real quick. Tap up, and then I'll even consider, come on. Now I'm going to move it up to 1,021.40. See about that. Delta's getting the fail. This could be it. And yeah, it'd be great to get a pullback. Okay, gonna go ahead and get 100 short. Just 100. See if we can get a good solid move down from here. Might even give myself an opportunity to add. So SPY would need to come back down and finally fail that 310 level. SPY's coming back down through VWAP. It's getting a good sell-off there. But the question is it enough is it enough? So we'll see. I think if SPY gets the fail, this is where this will work to my benefit. I think if SPY gets the fail and Delta, like if SPY gets the fail, fails VWAP, comes down, breaks through that 310 spot on the daily and starts tanking, I think Delta could move all the way back down to these areas down here. I mean, we could get maybe even a $2 move. But I would look for really just a dollar move off the 100 shares. I would look to take profit. Well, I'd probably even take the first 50 shares off at VWAP and then see if we can get down into the 27s. And then take the other 50 shares off there. So it would kind of work out to a $100 profit somewhat. I really want to add. I feel like this is a good place to add, just watching what the SPY's doing right now, but you just never know. And so I think it's safe to just kind of keep an eye on it right now and just see what it does. Same thing with Boeing. Boeing looks like it could get a really nice move down. Tesla's getting a big rejection, so that's probably not going to happen there. So there goes Delta. Let's see if we can finally get the breakdown through 80. I would probably add there. As long as SPY's looking weak, I'll add at 80. Might even add on a little bit of a pullback here. If we can get a bit of a pullback, can we get a bit of a pullback? Find a spot to add. Come on. There we go. Get a little bit more of a pullback. A little bit more of a pullback. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, I'm going to add right there. So we got 200 at a 29.17 average. And obviously I'll have to stop out if it starts ramping up too much. So got definitely a tightening range forming on the SPY. A lot of consolidation. But it's looking like it wants to break down. It really is. And so just trying to be patient with it. Trying to be patient with it. So let me show you what I'm looking at here on the SPY. Well, and there it goes. It's getting a buy up, but it's still tightening, and it hasn't broken out through any of this up here. I think it's weak. I think it's weak, and I think it's wanting to roll over and break through this 310.26 level here. So, but it's definitely in a tightening range. It's going to break out in one direction or another here very soon, I believe. And so, but it's failing pretty miserably right now. And this is where I would love to see Delta finally get the breakdown past 28.80. If we could do that, that would be phenomenal. It's having a tough time though. I'll tell you what. It's having a really tough time. It looks like it's pulling. Looks like it's pulling pretty hard. Come on. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Dadgummit. Did not mean to do that. Freaking A, man. See if I can get back in. Right there. At 18. There we go. Good. Okay, good. Didn't mean to take out all my shares. This is where we would look to get the move. Come on. SPY really looks like it wants to get the drop, but it's just not doing it. This could be it. Come on. If it holds here. Just got an alert on WAFU. It broke $13. So we might have to check that out. Man, SPY is really holding by the bear or the bulls are keeping it posted up, guys. I mean, that's for sure. WAFU maybe man, this is it, guys. It's gonna break to the upside or the downside right here. This is it. This is it. I'm watching SPY. Looks like it's pushing. Nope. Pulling, pushing, tug of war. Strong argument going on right now between the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. And it looks like the bears might be about to win this argument, but nope. The bulls step back in, buy it right back up. But it still looks like the pressure is more to the downside. See? Is this where we get the drop? There it goes. It's dropping. It's dropping, but man, it's got to really get a drop here. I mean, it's just got to drop. Otherwise, we're just in another... We're just going to sit in this tightening range here. There it is. Is this it? SPY's pulling. SPY's pulling. 310.60. Making its way down to that 310.20 mark. It's about to break through 310.60. And where are we at? Where are we at? Is it going to do it? Hasn't broke yet, and just tapped down into the 310.50s. Now it's down in the 310.50s, down in the 310.40s, making its way back to that line. I'll show you guys what I'm watching here. It's making its way down here to the 310.24 level. Let's see if it can break through. If it can, I'm pretty sure we can get this move on Delta. Let's see, maybe a temporary buy up. So I'm going to watch that up in the corner of the screen there. Really want to see Delta come down and finally break through that 9 EMA, but it's got to happen in sync with the SPY. The SPY looks like it's wanting to get bought up. What a tug of war. And the SPY is getting a nice quick buy up here. Man. It could just run sideways like this all day, guys. And it really could. Could just run sideways. Man, I wish it would just start breaking so I could go check out WAFU. It's coming. SPY's pulling back. All right, while it's doing that, I'm going to check out WAFU. It's in a halt. WAFU is in a halt. So what other alerts do I have set on that? 1451, okay. So there's that. Boeing pulling back, UAL pulling back, DAL. Come on. If we can break down through 2880, I will consider adding. As long as SPY is continuing to break through that 310 level and make its way down to the next daily level, which would be roughly around 308, 309 technically, but yeah. WAFU is back in play again. Question is it going to get bought up here? Or is it going to continue its way down? WAFU. Looks like WAFU is getting a sweet little pullback here. It's breaking out, guys. WAFU is breaking out. Short locates are not available. So put it down here. Keep an eye on it. Boeing. Let's check that out real quick. Hopefully my computer won't freeze today, guys. Oh, I see. Let's see. RavD took 2 trades. Short on VRM, long on N. Okay, cool. We're in a range. Yeah. Good job, RavD. Sauger, all good. Tomorrow's another day. That's right. Vulcan, what's up, man? No worries, man. It's cool. Glad you could be here. RavD's just watching again, waiting. Love to see a flush to the 20 on the SPY. Yeah, you and me both, man. I think it's possible we could get it. Man, I wish we could start getting a rollover here on Delta. Just a good, clean rollover. But SPY, you can see here, SPY looks like it's trying to get bought up, but I don't think it's going to do it, guys. It closed below that level on the 5-minute. So I think it could get bought up to the moving average, but I don't think we're going up. Now, watch SPY just get sprung up through all these levels here. I mean, just the story of my life, right? Story of all of our lives. But I don't, I'll just be watchful. I'm just going to be very, very watchful for that. AMD, not really looking to chart on that. WAFU, making considerable pullbacks. Uber not really doing much. Grub not really doing much. I'm probably just going to remove that one. VRM, yeah, nice little buyback up on that one. BYND, Nice pullback on BYND. This might be a good spot to get in. Just not a lot of shares being traded right now, so I don't know. ZM, mRNA, looking all right. Tesla, man, shoot, I should have kept that fill at 1018. Would have gotten more, about $100 move off of that. UAL, DAL. Man, I'll tell you what, guys, it's I will give this I will give these 100 shares here. I'll put a stop above 29.30. So if it gets over 29.30, stop. Limit 29.31. So we'll see. I got to take a quick break, but you can see here SPY is getting a nice buy up. So we'll just see. We'll see. Hopefully it's just a superficial buy up, and hopefully these will roll over and start tanking pretty hard. So I will go ahead and put in an order to go short at the break of 28.80. So stop 28.81. Actually, stop. Sell another 100 there. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, hopefully this will not be disappointing. Would really like to get the drop here. I mean, I really would. Okay, hopefully I get the fill here. This might be it. WAFU dump. Wafu had a snafu. Y'all are hilarious. Man, SPY's getting a buy up. That's why I didn't add. That's why I was waiting for the break of 80, closer to 80. SPY's trying to get bought up, man. If this ends up being a buy up, I'm going to be so upset, man. Because I basically could have gotten out $80 on the day. But I'm not trying to go for $80. I'm trying to go for $180. So it's really not going to be useful to me anyway. I suppose I should move my stop down. Man, SPY's relentless. SPY's a freaking joke, man. Look at this. Just about, I mean, it's really holding. It's really, really holding, you know? So, I mean, what do? You know, it's holding. It's holding. So, fair enough, right? And if it breaks up through this level, I'm just going to want to get out on Delta. Looks like it could be getting a VWAP rejection. We all really need to see it come down from here. There's no reason why this can't be a significant breaking point. There's no reason why SPY can't come down, test that level again, and all of these end up dropping. UAL, let's look at AAL. That seems to be the leader in the market. You know, I mean, it's holding, but, you know, it's got that 9 EMA rejection. DAL seems to be the weakest. So it seems like that one could go anyway. SPY looks like it's going to, you know, wanting to get the drop again. It comes down, but then pulls back, comes down, pulls back. Huge argument between the buyers and the sellers for sure. So I guess I would move it to break even, pay for the trade. Let's see. 04, 15. $16, I guess. Stop. Maybe even, let's see, 15, 29. Okay, SPY's making a push. Man, if SPY can get the pull here. SPY can get the pull here and break down through that level. Okay, it's dropping to 310.50s. It's dropping to the 310.50s. Down in the 310.50s. Down in the 310.40s. We're looking for it to break through 310. That 310 level. If it can do that, we will be good to go. DAL's holding on. It's strong. So is UAL. Come on, SPY. Nah. See if we can pick up another 200 shares here and finally get the drop. This could be it. Boeing's tanking. This could be it. We're down in the 310.30s. Making our way down to the 310.20s. We're in the 310.20s. Bouncing. Bulls are holding it. They're holding the line. I think the bears want it more. There seems to be more sell volume on the 1 minute and the 2 minute and the 5 minute. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things where, you know, if we get the bounce again here, it could get bought right back up off of that level. See if I'm going to be able to get in here. So looks like it's getting a little bit of a bounce here, so man, it's relentless. Okay, it's moving back down. It's 310.20s. Looks like it's tapping on that line. Getting bought back. Bears are pushing. Bears are selling. Down into the 310 teens. And it broke through that previous low. We should be headed down now. should be, but DAL is having a really hard time getting follow through with it. SPY looks like it's getting bought back up. Is it going to continue to move? And it's going. Totally blew past my order. Did not catch my order. We're on a short selling restriction, so can only short on an uptick. And it's moving without me, unfortunately. Dadgummit. Okay, well, I'm going to have to hold on to these 100 shares for a little bit longer. Unless we can get a significant pullback. All right, Sagar, we'll see you, man. Gave away today all my profit, only up 125 on the month now. Sagar, are you still in here? Yoni B's done for the day. Yeah, Sagar. Yeah, man. So you're in the same. You're basically in the same place that I'm in right now. I mean, I'm literally right there with you, man. I've given up all of my profits on the month of May, which sucks. I mean, because you spend a lot of time working and you put a lot of time and energy into this stuff, a lot of dedication. And you want something to show for it. Something a lot of people don't understand about day traders is, I mean, unless you're rocking and rolling and you're freaking Ross Cameron or Andrew Aziz of Bear Bull Trader or somebody who's got, a lot of money already and it's not a big deal. And when you're trading it with that kind of mentality, I mean, you're cutting a more steady paycheck. You really are. You're cutting a much more steady paycheck in that when you're in that type of a situation. But when you're like us and we're just building this thing and we're growing and we're trying to get to that level where we can have a really, really huge cushion on our account and we can start cutting ourselves checks on a daily or weekly or even monthly basis, whatever, that's where it's really disheartening. Because a lot of people go to work, pick a job, pick a field. People put in the time, the effort, the energy, they go there, they work, they get a paycheck. Even if you start your own business, I mean, most businesses that you can start out there, you're going to cut a paycheck. And, with this, you can work a whole month and end up giving it back. And not that that's not something that the bigger time, more professional day traders out there can't also do. But it just doesn't hurt them as much, because they're making a ton of money already. So it's not as big of a deal, so to speak. And so, it can be disheartening, man. I called light speed, set a max. This won't happen now. Called light speed, set a max loss of 100. So if I hit 100, loss, won't be able to trade, problem fixed. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a good thing to do. It's a good thing to have in place. But yeah, man, it can be very disheartening, but I just want you to know, man, I'm right there with you. It's, not that makes it, makes you feel any better or whatever, but just, I would say just, man, like, do what I'm doing. Come in here, just kind of say to yourself, well, you know what? If all I make is $50 today, that's all I make. You can always resort back to that. As a matter of fact, I have been resorting back to that complete and comprehensive guide on building an account building psychology 101. It was one of the first episodes of The Trader's Mind that I put out. And whenever I get into these positions or these places, I pretty much resort back to that. And I start from square one. It's kind of like, you know what? I mean, what else am I going to do? You know, I'm kind of at that spot now where I need to start thinking about, you know, just tacking on small profits and slowly building that cushion up again before I can start going a little more wide open. So, but anyway, man, don't beat yourself up too bad. And it doesn't sound like you are. Sounds like you're remaining pretty positive about it. But, I mean, if you're anything like me, sometimes you can only stay positive for so long. But anyway, I know you got to go, but I just wanted to give you a quick little vote of confidence, little shot of encouragement, you know, for what it's worth. So, you're welcome. Great job, Ravd. Yeah, I hope so, man. This has been really frustrating for me. I mean, it really has. Seems like everything that I try to trade on just, you know, has a special agenda to keep me from profiting. This one is not working out. Look at this junk. This is going to end up like JFIN. Everybody's panic selling right now. Just going to get off of that. How much are locates? Woo! $44 on NKLA, man. I'd love to get in there with you, RavD, but I don't know if I got $44 for 100 shares. I mean, you can definitely, obviously, make some pretty strong moves pretty quickly. SPY is kind of just hanging out down here. So next level is going to be roughly around 309. And then we've got a little bit of a level at 308.70. And then the next level from there is roughly 307. So SPY's continuing to get hammered. I imagine, well, you would think some of these other stocks would be also, but they're holding up incredibly well for some reason. Probably because they know that I'm trading them. I mean, look at this. If I had taken that same move on Boeing, I mean, you know, but what the heck? SPY's getting crushed. It's just getting crushed. And DAL's just sitting here like it's got no place to be. UAL, DAL, AAL, they're just hanging out, just chilling. We ain't got no place to be. We're good. We'll sit here. Yeah, SPY can tank all day, but you know what? Matt's trading us, so we need to just sit right here. That's how that's how it feels, right? Thanks, RavD. Yeah, base hits. That's all it is. But I can't even get a freaking base hit. I mean, look at this junk. Look at this junk. I mean, this is ridiculous. SPY's getting crushed. Continue to move down. You know, AMD's moving with it. Uber's not really moving with it. Tesla's moving with it. mRNA's doing its own thing, but MRA always does its own thing. Apple's moving with it. BYND looks like it is too. But here we got Nice little airline stock, just chilling, just chilling. I'm just not doing much today, just hanging out, thinking about, he's just hanging out, he's just chilling, just because he's thinking about going back up. He knows that SPY is just getting crushed, but he also knows. See, he's got a problem because he knows he should be going down right now. He knows he should be following Daddy SPY around, but he knows that I'm trading him. He's like, Matt from Conservative Trades is trading me. And so, man, I've got a dilemma. Like, I know I need to go down. Daddy Spy's going down. I want to follow Daddy Spy, but dadgum, then that means that Matt's going to profit, and I can't have that. No, I think I'll just chill right here. Even if SPY drops all the way to the floor today, to all-time historical lows, I'm just going to chill right here. I'm just going to stay here. And you know what? All the rest of the airliners, they can get crushed too. I'll just chill right here until Matt decides to get out, and then as soon as he gets out, I'll race to the bottom as fast as I can. If you can't have fun with this stuff, if you can't personify it every now and then and just joke around, I mean, what good is it? What good is it? I love this stuff. I love having fun with this stuff. But I don't know. You guys can probably relate. I mean, do you ever get one of those trades where it's like everything in the market is working out? Even all the other stocks in that sector, they're all working out. But the one that you chose, the one freaking stock that you chose, ain't doing jack. Or worse yet, it's actually running against you. I think we've all been there. And it really is. It's hilarious. It's almost like somebody's just on the other end, just like pushing that button, pushing that mother freaking button, just waiting. Let's see. So if this comes above 29, I'm definitely getting out. So I'll move my stop down. I mean, if this at this point. I guess if it comes above 28. Yeah, finally. I know. Think about it. 28.91. So we'll at least get out with, a decent bit of profit there. Hopefully this will just continue to crash. Yeah, SPY is getting crushed. It is. It's working its way down towards those 308 levels. I would really love to see DAL just get hammered through all these moving averages on the 15-minute. 28.99. What I would like to see is a break of VWAP. Let's see. Okay, so we got to break a VWAP on UAL. What did we get on AAL? Yeah, AAL's result. See, they're all resolving. This should be, by all intents and purposes, DAL should be coming down and tapping VWAP. So I would look to get out the first 50 shares at 28, what would it be, 28.48? Yeah. I could wait for a crush down through to 28.38. So we'll see if it can get down to that level. There we go. Come on. You know what? As slow as it's moving, though. Let's see. Well, there it goes. Okay. I'll do 38. Come on. Come on. SPY's getting a little bit of a buy up. Let's see if it can get down into the 30s. This almost would be a good place to add. Come on. Crush VWAP. Ah. All right, I'll take it at 48. Yeesh. Of course. I should have taken it at 48. That's my fault. It's just I saw that on these other ones it was already clearing VWAP, and I thought that was a good indication that DAL could get the clearance on VWAP. It probably can, but I'm just gonna get out on the retest of 48. Hopefully it'll take the first 50 there, and that'll be a good $35 profit on that. It should bring me up to 85.76 roughly. So let's see if we can get that. Come on. Come on. Come on, 48. Come on. There it is. Good. So 85.76. All right. This is good, guys. We kept the losers small. We kept the winners big. This will end up being a good day. Rav D says, Matt, you okay? This is good therapy. 100%. Yeah. 100%, Rav D. 100%. So now what I'd like to do, I'm fine with this. If this is where I end today, if this comes all the way up to $29, I'll get out. So I'll go ahead and put the stop in there at 28, 20, 28. $99. I mean, if it. What in the world? Oh. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take a call, business call, and as a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna have to tend to something here. Well, actually, I might be able to do it while I've got the live stream running. Short It All says that is such a weird ringtone. Yeah, it's an old school ringtone. I've had that ringtone for 10 years. I probably need to get rid of it. Um, let's see. So, guys, I'm probably going to have to go, unfortunately. Well, sorry, I'm looking through some of these stocks here real quick. NKLA, let me visit that one more time. Okay. That one's still making some pretty healthy moves. I mean, I like the pullbacks here, RAVD, because, you know, it gets a buy up and a pullback, buy up and a pullback. And these pullbacks are like $4, man. Like each time. They're about $4 pullbacks each time. Okay, that was about a $2-3 pullback. This one was and I wouldn't wait for the whole move, about a $3. So I could get at least. It looks like in the worst case scenario, I could at least plan for maybe a $1.50 pullback. Once it gets a nice little run up. So yeah, that might be worth. It might be worth taking 100 shares, even just to. I mean, this is the thing that I have a problem with, paying $44. So I got $44. Man, I would want it to be. I would need to make at least $100, at least $100, because I want to cover those shorts or those locates, whatever. I just don't know. I don't think I can. Man, I can't justify that. I mean, I guess, you know, an ideal situation for this would to see a run up to like these levels up here. Because I think if we got up to like 74, 75, that's a good whole number. There's a lot of previous areas of support there that would be acting as resistance, maybe more particularly up here at 76, 77. Maybe I could start averaging in around 74.50 with like 25 shares and just kind of build up if it keeps going up. I would need to capture at least 50 shares at like a 76 average, and then we would need to see it drop back to like 72 or something, like, or 70, 73.50 maybe. I mean, it would be worth it. It would be worth it. So I don't know. RavD says I'm up 195 for the day. Forgot my loss on VRM sitting on my hands now. This could be a time for a reversal. Yeah, true. Could be. Although SPY looks like it's failing, but we'll give it a few minutes here. So DAL is now at the point to where I think if it came up into the 70, if it broke through the 80s, I'd want to get out. So I'm going to move my stop down even further to 28. We'll say 28.76. I mean, if it breaks over, we'll say 81. We'll say 81. Yeah. Stop. Bye. So if it makes its way back all the way back up there, I would imagine. Let me look at UAL. UAL's still coming down. So yeah, here's the thing. It's running in sympathy now, a lot better than it was. So if it comes up to those levels, man, if we get a nice clean break of VWAP and a close below it, if SPY continues, I think I should probably move my stop down to the 70s, 28.70s. We'll at least give it a punch through 75, so it would stop me out at 28.76. So stop by. So you know, I would make. And I'm fine with that. You know, it's a little slippage, probably get out at 78, and I would make a basically, you know, $25 profit on those last 50 shares. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's, you know, that would put me over $100 on the day, and, you know, whatever. But yesterday I ended the day up 70 some dollars. So today, if we can make a little bit more progress and end up over $100, after fees and commissions, I'll probably be up, I'll probably be up $70 on the day. 75 bucks maybe, because I would end up over, it'd be $110. So yeah, I'd probably be up about $70 on the day if it works out like that. I'd be fine with that. I mean, again, it's nothing to brag about. This is kind of just piddling type crap here. I mean, really, it blows my mind how Delta is the one that is having the most trouble. I mean, you can see this nice, huge, fluent workout on AAL. This is a lower price stock. I would have probably went in 400 shares on something like this, and this would have been a pretty darn nice move. And even Boeing is working out very well. Let's look at Save. So Save is kind of reacting a little more like Delta, and I wonder if there's any correlation there. I don't see why there would be, but it's holding VWAP. I mean, the thing about this is if SPY continues to get hammered, which it looks like it is, Delta could crush VWAP and then just start getting a really crushing move to the downside, especially if it breaks through all these moving averages on the 15-minute. Save is actually below those moving averages on the 15-minute, so that's good news. American Airline is below all major moving averages. United is below all major moving averages. Let's look at JetBlue. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of right there sitting at it. So, you would think that Delta could make... You would think Delta could get a good crushing move to the downside. Again, this is contingent, or the contingency here is with, as long as everything continues to follow through with the SPY to the downside. So, we'll see. We'll see. The only thing I would say is it's strong relative to the market. The only thing I know is it gives you plenty of OPPS. What's OPPS, RAVD? NKLA, let me check it out. Yeah, it is strong relative to the SPY. Yeah, what's O gives you plenty of OPPS? Opportunities? Is that short for opportunities? I'll stick it back up here, man. But I'm going to take a short break here real quick. I think I need to, man, look at this. SPY's getting a pretty nasty buy up here. Let's see if it works out. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to answer this email here. I'll be right back. Okay. Providing a proposal to a client. Let's see, proposal to a client for some Google ad management. Oh, okay. No, I'd like to have you. Some pricing for Google ad grant. Mm-hmm. let's see. Man, looks like this junk is going to get me out. Come on, SPY. Keep pulling. It didn't get me out, though. It came all the way up to 70, but it didn't get me out. But this could be it here. So I won't even want to know about it if it does. Let's see. All right. It's all about your mindset, confidence right now. That's right, RavD. That's right. Let's see. Opportunities. Cool. I must be on a major delay because a lot of the stuff that's being a lot of the responses are coming through like literally like a minute later. I wonder how much of a lag there is on this live stream this morning. It's supposed to be ultra low latency. I've got it set to ultra low latency. Okay, I'm all out on Delta. Look at that, man. Look at that. Yeah, could be headed for a reversal. We'll see. Yeah, that is weird, RavD. So let's run a little test here. If you're still here, let's run a little test. I'd like to see how long the delay actually is. I'm going to count to 3, and right when I say 3, just type in the word. Just go ahead and type in the word day trader. Just type in the word day trader or test. Yeah, test is perfect. So type in the word test, and I'm going to count to 3. And as soon as I say 3, hit enter, and that'll tell me how far behind you are. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're about 10 to 12 seconds out. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm probably going to go ahead and move on. One thing about this market, um, one good thing about it is, you know, with the SPY, there's a lot of really nice levels to start looking at to get in on pullbacks. As a matter of fact, while I was typing up that email, um, man, I noticed it on DAL. I thought to myself, man, this would be a good spot to get in to short. Just we had it running up on these levels, and man, I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate this if this ends up getting crushed. Finally breaking through VWAP here. Man, what a pain. What a pain, but I just don't. Man. What a pain. Getting a move all the way back down here. It's almost worth it to me to just go short here. 840. Any reversal for me needs a nice reversal hammer candle, ideally. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of what we got here. But you're probably referencing the SPY. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I'm after ECN fees and everything, I'm probably ending the day right up around $70 right now. So yeah, I think SPY is it's definitely moving down in a channel. It's respecting the 9 EMA. But SPY is known for just doing stupid, crazy stuff. you know, and just reversing out of nowhere, just getting bought up. It's like the Fed is just pumping money into it just randomly. That's why these days are so incredibly difficult to trade. I mean, they really are. You know, it's unjustifiably difficult. You know, because on the one hand, you're thinking to yourself, at least I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, I would love it if this just came up and started testing VWAP and this line right here and all these previous areas. Like, I would love it if it came up there and I could get in for just a quick, because you know it'll pull back just briefly, even if it's just briefly. There's a lot going on there. It's where the VWAP's meeting. It's where that critical 310 level is that it had to break through, that it kind of tapped on once, twice, three, four times before it finally broke through. You know, the VWAP, all of that would be meeting right there. Right there. And so even if it, you know, even if it didn't get rejected and come all the way back down, like you'd at least get a good enough pullback to jump in on one of these other stocks here, go short, maybe 400 shares and get a good quick, you know, 10, 15 cent move, you know, stack on another, you know, $50 on the day. But clearly SPY could, you know, end up just continuing to go down. And that's going to make it that much more difficult to go short on anything, because you're always wondering, like, when is it going to be that powerhouse buy up? You know, when's it going to get that almost supernatural push that it just so happens to get every now and then? But I'll tell you what, I mean, it's sitting right here on that daily level, 308.47. It's holding to it. But if it breaks, yeah, we could definitely get a move down to that 20-day moving average. I still would be a little hesitant about going short on any of this, though. Look at this. Look at Delta just finally getting that resolution. Yeah, people think it's easier, but big gaps are definitely tougher to trade. Yeah. Yoni B thought had stuff to do, but free for the rest of the day. Just gonna chill with you guys as long as the stream is up. Yeah, I'll be up maybe a little bit longer. I do have some other things that I've got to tend to here, but I'll be up for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that reversal. I think this is going to end up getting crushed. I so wish I had averaged back in up here. I was thinking about it. Let's see, it was 192.63, which it never touched, so I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But man, after seeing this, I should have waited for it to come up a little bit and add in, at least up here. We could have brought that average up and held on to a good 100 shares for really nice move. That's what you get when you trade with wobbly legs. You just don't take the stabs at the market that you normally would. Yeah, I think those are good stocks to watch. Rav D says he's watching NKLA, Boeing, and Apple, and I think Boeing and Apple can both provide some really good opportunities today. Boeing is kind of in a nice little scalping moment. As a matter of fact, I'll bet we could get a move up to. Well, I'm not going to call it yet. I'll just keep it on standby. Delta, every single chance it gets, it takes a pullback. Literally every chance it gets. So frustrating. It's going to try plowing right up through all those moving averages. But the thing is if the SPY stays weak, it's not even going to matter what Delta does, because Delta is going to stay weak. Nah. Yeah, I don't have the guts to trade Tesla either. Not because of that, but that is definitely something you need to watch out for. Musk can sneeze the wrong way and Tesla will tank or skyrocket, either or. But Tesla's just burned me a lot in the past period. Just a very difficult stock to trade. I'm taking this one off my list. VRM doesn't look like it's doing anything. I wonder whatever happened to this one. Wafu. Dang, son. Look at that. Yep. That ain't good. Yeah, things have definitely settled back down. Starbucks is continuing to get a good solid move to the downside. That's pretty interesting here. Starbucks broke through all major moving averages. Woo! It's lost a lot of its value. We have a lot of people gonna get out. Just continue to make a move down. SPY's tapping on a pretty critical level. Yeah, it does look like a nice short, but Starbucks could be difficult to trade. We could get a move right up to 74.90, up to that 9 EMA real quick here. But you know, we see SPY's kind of tapping on this level right here at 307.88. That's the next level marked out. It's a pretty critical level. And then we've pretty much got to move down to 306.20, 306.09. I'll probably get rid of the 306.20. Keep 306.09. This was a very important level this morning. I'm going to turn it back to green. If it makes it above it, it's going to be significant. And KLA broke. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Broke to the downside. It's holding a VWAP. But, so, man, if I got in on this one, where would be, I guess 60. 60 could be and then 56.85. I just don't know. I don't know. Don't know about that one. Starting to trade like mRNA. It's not a lot of resolution. Not mRNA today, but just mRNA. You know, it reminds me of when mRNA was running parabolic and it would have these big drops and you'd think, man, it's finally going to go. And then it would just pull back. Just kind of psych you out. Man, so many good moves today. Missed out on. Yeah, mRNA has been strong today for sure. Oh, you're taking a paper trade long on mRNA. I see. You said, where did you get in? Paper trade, stop 63. That's a nice paper trade. $63.36 average. It's great. I think you'll do well on that one. Might get up to 65.33. SPY's finding support. Everything's just kind of hanging out right now. Yeah. Yeah, paper trading is it's good. It's good to do it though. I mean, it's good to test strategies that way. And so, SPY's pulling, and it's pulling the rest of the market with it. Set for NKLA. Set for that one. Man, I had an order right there, and I removed it last minute. Again, trading with shaky legs, guys. Just a good solid move right there. I would have easily held that 10 shares for, well, I probably would have realistically, I probably would have gotten out the first 5 like right here. Yeah, I might have made $100 off of that move, maybe $150. Um, just depending. I might have even added back in, and but that would have been a good move. And then here on Boeing, another move. I saw it running parabolic. I saw it clearly coming up to these levels. We were talking about it. But then I got scared. I started playing the what if game. Like, man, what if it comes all the way up here or here? And previous day close. And even though it's like it's already run parabolic, the SPY's weak. I could have at least taken a shot. I could have at least taken a stab at it. But is what it is. Like I said, kept the losers small, and that's really the important thing. But it just goes to show you once again that how the psychology of this just matters so much. Matters so much what we think about what's going through our mind. And I mean, that's literally the difference in you pushing the button and not pushing the button. And then once you push the button, it's also the difference in you and where you decide to push that button again to get out, either for a loss or for a win. And if it's for a win, how long can you restrain from pushing that button? How long can you let that winner work out? And when it's going against you, how quickly can you push that button? How quickly can you identify, okay, I'm not in a good situation. I need to get out and keep these losers small. It's all about pushing that button, man. But everything wrapped around it's your mind. It's all of your thoughts. And it's how you're thinking. And just can't emphasize that enough. Yeah, and I plan to, Yoni B. I mean, that's really what it is for me. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just going to have to do what I did in May. I'm just going to have to turn it around. Just be fine with tacking on $100, $200, $300 days. We'll work that confidence back up. And you know what? I might just do that for the next 2 or 3 months straight. Just really build up a much bigger cushion. And then finally maybe start, going in with a little more gusto. Man, what a rejection on mRNA. I really thought there was going to be a run up. Looks like a VWAP rejection. I don't know, man. That's it's not a good look on mRNA. Looking a little fishy. Oh, there we go. NKLA finally getting the resolution to the downside. This is one where I would consider maybe getting in 20 shares at a time all the way down to... See, I think what happened on JFIN yesterday, I think there would be a lot of people afraid to buy. These critical levels, but I don't know. And I'd love to get in for a good quick scalp. Maybe 58, 80. Yeah, Yonibi. I've seen mRNA get these it has these nice run ups. It comes back and then gets these VWAP rejections, and then it usually comes down after that. Now, not always, not always. Sometimes it'll hold and it'll end up retesting and pushing up all the way back through. But I don't know. I don't know if if it, as long as it's trading separate from what the rest of the market's doing, I think it's definitely got that possibility. But otherwise, I mean, you've got your stop set, so really there's no worries. You know where you want to get out, so you just hold to the stop and just get out there, I guess, in case it does start coming back down. Thank God it's a paper trade, right? Cool. No, that's good. That's good. Man, I'll tell you what. Look at this. DAL has just been a slow grind. Let's look at AAL. It's been a little quicker, but still roughly the same if you think about it. Boeing's been a lot quicker. So Uber, I really like this this potential pullback here on Uber. See, I would see this as a yeah, maybe like a return to VWAP. Unless it closes below that 20 on the 5-minute, which it looks like it's closing above it on the 5-minute, so that's good. Well, okay, so for some reason it's not turning over. I guess this clock is a little slow or something. So it actually closed below the 20 on the 5-minute. And it looks like SPY could be getting a bit of a rejection off the 9 EMA on the 5-minute, so perhaps Uber's just following suit with that. See what we got going on some of these other ones. And KLA just slowly grinding, sells and then gets bought up, sells off, gets bought up. mRNA, it's holding that 20. Yeah, but if it loses, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. ZM consolidating, BYND, not really doing too much. AMD not really doing too much. Where did I get an AMD 5534? All the way up here. That would have been a tremendous place to get in. Man. This market just looks exhausted. Yeah, it does, RavD. It's all about being patient. It's all about being patient. I look at moves just like this on AMD, you know, where it comes up to this previous area and all these areas. You know, this would have been a great place to start averaging in, you know, and then you could average in all the way up to here. But what great patience that would have required to wait for that, to start averaging there. And then you would have gotten a good, you know, $100 move off of that if you started with 100 shares, or you could start it with 200. But I always think about that quote. I think it's a Warren Buffett quote. Stock market is merely a transferring of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Stock market is merely a means of transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. But yeah. All right. Well, I think on that note, I'm going to be patient, and I'll just come back later and see what's going on with some of this stuff. I like, you know, this is kind of, I like what's happening here on Uber, because the SPY gets even the slightest pullback, and Uber just gets this quick buy up. I wonder, let's see, does that have anything to do with Grub? Nope. Jim Cramer. Oh, okay. Thank you for correcting me on that. Jim Cramer. Yeah, it is true, Yoni B. It really is, man. Again, you know, if you look at all the times where the market opens up and you have an opportunity to be patient, it's in those moments you really do tend to make more money. So, oh, you're not sure? Okay. Wait, Jim Cramer. Who's Jim Cramer? No, I've heard that before. Let me look him up. Let me look up Jim Cramer. Oh, that guy, yeah. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I'm looking through his quotes. I don't see that one there. Let's see, Jim Cramer quotes. Let's look at Warren Buffett. I'm pretty sure that was Warren Buffett. Oh, okay. It was Warren Buffett. Transferring, yeah. Yeah. Well, he says, although I've seen it written different ways, but stock market is a device for transferring money to the impatient to the patient. I really like. I really like. I think it's better to say transferring wealth. I think that's a much better, like, slap your mama in the face type of way of saying it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that just grips you. It grips you. But true nonetheless, right? True nonetheless. SPY's continuing to lose it. So we'll see. Just might be a slow grind day down all day long. Look at this, man. Look at this. Finally getting the resolution. Finally getting the resolution to the downside, man. Tell you what, I'm going to be so mad later if I see this down in like the 2750s. I'm going to be so upset. Could have made $170 today on the day. I could have made basically 130, 140 after fees and commissions. Stopped on MRNA. Yeah, MRNA looks like it's kind of starting to lose. Yeah. But yeah, it's not doing anything to, it's just drifting. This is the time where you don't want to get in. And I hate it. I hate it that it's not going to provide any really good setups. I mean, because here's the thing. Theoretically, the SPY could reverse and start charging up at any second. It's like we talked about earlier. The Fed could start injecting money into it out of nowhere for no reason. Just printing money. I would like to think that this could come all the way up and bounce off these moving averages. And I guess you could take a stab at it here. I guess you could get in, a couple hundred shares. But again, if the stock market is going to end up getting bought up, then this will just come all the way back up to these levels. And so it's really difficult to tell. But I guess you could. I guess this would be the entry. Like somewhere up here around 28.36, get in with a couple hundred shares, give it a 20-cent stop, or not even. You just do like a 12-cent stop. But I have a feeling we're not going to get the pullback. So anyway, guys, it's been fun. Had a great time with everyone as usual. I may come back in later in the day and just kind of see what's up and see if we can make a little bit more money later on. But otherwise, yeah. Probably just going to end it here. So, guys, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. And come back for the recap.